Hello, and welcome to another episode of the On My Mind podcast. I am your host, RemyKeene, and I'm excited to be with you as always. Yeah, it's been a while since we got to see each other, and I'm so glad to be back. There was a while there where I was questioning whether to continue the podcast, and finding it very hard to find time to devote to the podcast, but due to some kindness from my wife, I have been allotted the time necessary to record the podcast, and I'm gonna make the podcast a little bit differently, some shorter episodes instead of going for a longer episode, but I ultimately wanted the podcast to be able to continue to exist and continue to go and grow and do the things it does to encourage you, and brighten your day. So I'm glad that I was able to take the time that I needed to figure things out, devote some time to my family and to some of my other hobbies. But I'm back and I'm ready to go. I'm excited to be a part of your life again and your routine. I thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to listen to this, and I hope you're encouraged by it every single time. My prayer is that God uses me to brighten your day, to basically be a light to your path, and maybe shed a new idea or a new thought on something that can benefit you. That's my ultimate goal, is to really benefit you in a way that you haven't been benefited before, through this podcast. Really quick, I want to invite you to, of course, listen to the podcast in the podcast forums wherever podcasts are available, or additionally, we also have a video version of the podcast on YouTube, and you can find that at just searching the On My Mind podcast with RemyKeene, or just the On My Mind podcast should bring it up. Here you'll find one of the episodes, and then you can direct yourself to the page. And if you're watching online, thank you so much for being here. If you're watching on YouTube already, hit the like button so I know you're here and that you enjoy this. But yeah, no matter how you consume the content, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I'm glad that I can encourage you. But let's go ahead and get right into the episode, and move into this first episode of the new year. The new year is always an awesome opportunity to share just a little bit about how you can better achieve things this year. And one of those things, of course, as I always communicate with you, is kindness. Kindness is so important. It's like the biggest deal, to show kindness to others, to be kind to others, and to have kindness shown to you. Showing kindness is the best way to have it shown to you. So just want to go over a few things, and I'm going to stick with three things that kindness can do for you. So number one, kindness, it is going to reap kindness, exactly what I just said. So when you are kind to other people, you will notice more kindness back to you. Of course, there will always be people that aren't kind to you, that are mean, that are, just hateful, and they got their own stuff going on. But that gives us no excuse to not be kind to them. Being kind to someone who doesn't deserve it should be a practice that you practice. It should be something that you want to do. You want to achieve kindness with the people around you, with the people that you get to impact. And I hope you see the benefit in showing kindness to other people and having kindness given back to you. Now, again, the thing to keep in mind is they don't owe you anything. They don't owe you kindness. They don't owe you anything for showing the kindness. But you will reap reward for showing kindness, and it's going to brighten your day and lift your spirits. And brighten your day, what I mean by that is basically you're going to start seeing the positive side of your life. And if you focus on the kindness and the positive things that you're doing for others, then you're going to start seeing what others are doing when others are doing kind things to you. um it made me think of a time when, like, man, I was just down, not feeling really well, and everything just sort of got piled on top of each other, and like it just worked and pushed, and like, why does this feel so heavy? But then I was like, no, let me start hunting the good. And as you know, that's definitely a saying I've always said on the podcast, and one of my friends shared it with me, and I like live by it now. And like, hunt the good in every situation, even though it seems dark, even though it seems bad, even though it seems awful. Hunt the good, find the good thing, whether it be a learning, like you get to learn something from it, whether it be something that you gained an experience that you then get to share later with people, that causes you to be able to relate with them in a way that never would have come to pass had that thing not happened. Whatever it is, kindness eventually will reap a reward. Hunt the good and find the good thing in your life, resulting from the kindness. And number two, kindness is going to boost others. And it's rare that we really think about others. We think about other people outside of ourselves. It's a hard thing to practice empathy in an actual way. You can say that you practice empathy all day long, but when it actually comes down to it, do you think about how your action will impact another person before you take that action? Do you think about that? How often? Sometimes you could say, yeah, I definitely think about that, but my question then is, do you think about it daily? Do you think about it monthly, yearly? When do you think about it? I hope you think about it every time you listen to the podcast, and I'm glad that I can be a reminder to you, but I encourage you to remind yourself, how will my decision impact the other people in my life? Will it be good? Will it be bad? And try to choose the good. Now, sometimes you're going to be stuck with a decision that might impact someone in a negative way, but ultimately you feel like it's the right decision. In that circumstance, pray about it. That's the biggest bit of advice I can give you, is to pray about it. Ask God, hey, what should I do? Because yeah, nobody has all the answers, and it's totally okay to need some help. So ask God, pray about it, read the word, get in there and talk to God about it, and then take a step of faith. But always think and consider the other people around you, and how they're going to receive it, interpret it. And that makes me think of this video I saw today. Like, I was watching this compilation of like funny videos, but it was like bad things happening to people, and then like one person thought it was great, the other person thought it was awful. Well, his girlfriend thought it'd be cool to decorate his PS5, and she takes spray paint and spray paints it, and like, sure, it looks okay, but it doesn't look great. And like, he's like, what'd you do? And like, think about your your actions from the other person's point of view. If it's an item they really care about, you probably need permission before you change anything about it. Like, if someone, imagine something you love, and someone walked into the room and took it and like carved your initials into it. Even though they're your initials, like if you didn't want that there, now it's there permanently forever. So just think about your actions. And I know that's more material thought, but also take that into relational life, into the way that you impact others by other things. But I hope that provides a good example for you. And then number 3, what kindness does is kindness encourages. Like, of course, that's kind of a given, right? Kindness is kind of like what I said it's gonna reap, but no, kindness encourages you to continue to be kind. And if you can encourage yourself, like, hey, future self, you're gonna be able to be extra kind because I was kind today. And when you think of it that way, it's just gonna get easier and easier to be kind to other people, to be mindful of being kind to people, because you make an effort today. You'll have to make less effort tomorrow. When you do it, you'll be able to take them into account more easily without a ton of effort, because you've already done it. You've done it before, so you know how to do it, and you know what you're doing when you're thinking about them. You're thinking about how they would receive it. And if you get in practice of that, it's going to be an awesome thing. It's going to be amazing. So, that's number 3. I hope these have really impacted you in a positive way. I always want to do my best, again, to be as positive with you as I can, but when also talking about hard questions. So if you have any topic or any question that you would want me to talk about on the podcast, leave me a comment in the comments section, or hit me up on Facebook or Instagram. Wherever you want to reach out to me, I'm gonna do my best to respond to you, but ultimately I want to be there for you, to encourage you and help you through it. Thank you again for taking the time to tune in and listen today. Do me a favor, share this with a friend. If you know someone who could benefit from the words that I've shared with you today, do me a favor and press share. If you're on YouTube, share the video where you can, and if you're just on the podcast, share it with someone, however you might press the share button on your podcast app. Anyway, like I said, it's wonderful to be back with you. It's awesome, and I'm excited to see what this year brings to us. And again, remember to keep good things on your mind so they can impact your day for good. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the On My Mind podcast. If you enjoyed it, I suggest that you watch this episode now.